So today I'm going to show you how to find a percentage of an amount step by step. So let's get started. So the first question is to find 10% of 80. So to get from 100% to 10%, you are dividing by 10. So what you want to do is divide the 80 by 10, so you would get 8. So 10% would be 8. As what you do to the percentage, you also want to do to the amount. So we have divided the 100 by 10 and the 80 by 10 to get 10%. Okay, so moving on to the next question. So this time we have find 20% of 60. So the first thing to do is find 10%, so what we did last time. So we can write down that 100% is equal to 60. So to get 10%, we divide both sides by 10, so we get 10% is equal to 6. So now we can write what 20% is, because 20% is double of 10%, so we can multiply the 6 by 2 to get 12. So therefore, 20% of 60 is 12. So whatever you do to the percentage, basically, you must do the same to the amount. So we divide by 10 and multiply by 2. Okay, moving on to our next question. We have find 15% of 80. So let's write that 100% is equal to 80. So again, we can find 10%. So 10% is going to be 8. So now what we can do is find 5%, as 10% plus 5% is 15%, so we can just add the amounts together. So 5% is going to be half of 8, as 5 is half of 10. So 5% is going to be 4. And now to work out 15%, what we can do is we can add the 8 and 4 together. So 15% will be 12. So that is the final answer. Okay, so for this question, we have find 12.5% of 48. So we know that 100% is equal to 48. And if we divide this by 2, we get 50% is equal to 24. And we can divide it by 2 again, so 25% is equal to 12. And if we divide it by 2 again, we'll get 12.5, and this would be equal to 6. So that is one way you can do it. Or you can find out what 10% is, 5%, 2.5% and add them together. It doesn't matter what way you do it, as long as you get the answer correct. So the final answer, doing it either of the ways, you would get 6. And if this was a calculator paper, you could just do 48 divided by 100 multiplied by 12.5, and you'd also get 6 if you put that on your calculator. But this is how you do it in the non-calculator exam. Okay, so moving on to the last question. This is an exam style question. So for this question we have, in a class of 40 students, 25% are left-handed. How many students are left-handed? So we know that 100% of the students is 40. So what we can do is work out 50% by dividing by 2. And then we can work out 25% by dividing by 2 again. So 25% is equal to 10. So that would be the final answer, as you want to work out 25%. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.